Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you how I built the ultimate dartboard cabinet / setup. So let's get started. Step one, let's get this thing off the wall. So get started on the cabinet door. The face of this thing, we're going to make distressed wood. I'm going to use these. These are, I'm going to take a bunch of them, glue them together, and it's got a distressed look, which I think will look kind of neat, kind of the barn look. These happen to be old fence pickets. I haven't had a lot of these because the storm came through a couple of years ago and, well, gave them to me. So I'm going to go get a pile of these, get the truck out of the way, and get the saw set up. Finished cutting the box frame. It's going to be yay thick. We're going to put backerboard on it, but we're going to recess it into this. So I'm actually going to cut a notch into this guy on the table saw. So it recesses in flush. So we'll do that. So I think about the last thing we can do for today, since I got this glue. Again, this is just the frame. I got a backer board we'll slap on here quick and throw some brad nails in it, and that should help keep everything square and solid. So let me get some glue on here and let's get that in. Well, I think it wraps it up for framing, so we're going to move on to electrical right after this dries. So we'll get back at this as soon as we can. Oh yeah. Just got down to the shed, shop, shed, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Call it a shed. All right, so here's how it's turned out. I'm about to take the clamps off, and there's a front face over here. I think it came out great. Let's get the clamps off, pull the screws out. Set it on top, get an idea of how it's going to look, and then we'll get to working on some electronics. Perfect. Seems fine to me. What in the... Appears we have a measuring problem. Leads me to the next video, how to fix what we did yesterday. I wasn't even drinking. Okay, so we're gonna cut it down a little bit. Maybe I just made a shelf or a drawer. That's what I was doing. How to make a drawer. You saw earlier I said that this is gonna have electronics. There's gonna be some lights and a laser line. Top of that, I want to be able to have like a charger in here that I can pull out and charge. So right now I got the top cut off of this conveniently, right? I planned it. And we're going to recess this electrical box in this hole. I traced it. Now we're going to cut this bad boy out. Drilling out the corners. Jigsaw on the plane. Please fit, please fit, please fit. Fits. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really impressed that actually fit. So we'll get this screwed on, and I'm gonna cut at least one more hole in the side. It's probably maybe just a round hole so I can feed stuff through on the top if I feel like it. Yeah, so let's get this. We'll get this glued and mounted where it should go, so I can start drying. And go from there. Then I can lay that on the side, and I can lay. So then I can lay that on its side, so it's more sturdy and it'll break it. So what I've been doing is trying to figure this out, and I got this recess so we can put a panel over here and a panel over this, because we're gonna have some wires that run through here. And so your cabinet's gonna be all of this. So we can build shelves or do whatever. I don't know, I'm kind of building this as we go. There's no set plan for this. I'm gonna cut an outlet over here, drill a hole there, one on the end here for the drop or power cord. And then we'll probably do one inside here somewhere also. Because I'm going to have a shelf about midway, and that shelf you can be able to charge stuff. So we should be able to have row of darts, anything else we want to put in here. Might put a lip on it, whatever. We'll get to that. It might not be today. We'll get to it. So let's get the hole drilled here, down there, and we'll get this thing cut out. And then we'll figure out where this goes, and we'll nail and screw all that stuff in. We're going to drill holes, and we're going to use these Foster bits. Nope, it's Fastener. Anyways, like that. And we're going to make a really big ass hole. So we're going to use a big one. And we're going to freehand it because, well, this does not have to be accurate. Ta-da! Hole. Fastener. Yeah, we'll do one on the bottom. This one just kind of has to be wherever. So we got the board up on end. This is officially the bottom, I'm going to call it. And we're going to cut out a place for another outlet box. Going here. And this is going to have a switch to turn on stuff. So we're going to get that wired in right now. And I'm using these cut-in boxes, by the way. You can use whatever you want. Hit the tabs. Because I don't want screws, surface mount stuff. Or minimal. Oh, my back. Somewhat pop. All right, let's get this cut out. Well, see how it fits. better than hoped. It's perfect. That's what we're gonna do. Feature Bucky. Bust these tabs out. Oh, break my pencil. I only got one. Then we'll get a drill and tighten these up. So, what I did there, we had outlet here for charging, here, charging stations. Box here for the on-off switch for the lights, which will shine on the dartboard, and the laser thing for the line. And then we're gonna have outlet up here for the display, which is independent. And you'll see that as we get going. But I think it'll work. I gotta cut out this cover to cover this, which I'm not looking forward to. All right, let's get on it. I need to. Where's my? I wouldn't typically use this, but I'm gonna. Because my brad nailer's jammed, and well, I got nothing else. Did something, right? Now we get to see how many we missed. So all of these and that one didn't entirely miss. They just became more like brads. It's a long ways to go through that board. Let's hope my brad nail will work. We're not gonna do it. Sliver, sliver, sliver. Ow. Okay, so we're gonna rip a strip off of this guy. Way easier with two people. Also, I hope I squared that up. I don't know. Well, it's gonna go from here. Maybe fit in there. To down here. All right, so where we are. We got our pieces cut out over top. We'll nail these down, we'll put things in here to hold this up a little better. For the most part, shouldn't get a lot of ruffiness. Should hold okay. We're just gonna screw it down so we can remove it, change the wire if we feel like it. So, let's wire this. So we're just wrapping the wire. And what we got is, this is switched power. So we got a constant going into that. That one's gonna be for charging stuff in here. This is switch power, it's unplugged by the way. Switch power to this switch, which is gonna run some accessories. And this one's constant, which is gonna run accessories also. So we got an external one, internal, external, switched, non-switched, non-switched. So let's swap out the switch with the one I care about, and we'll try this again, make sure it works. Okay, so we just glued some spacers in to stop the wood from sinking down. Is it measured up great? No. Is it just thrown on there hastily and quick? Yeah, it is, but it's gonna work great. Mileage may vary. So, well, let's try tonight, and we'll come back and check it out in the morning. So we're gonna drill these in, I think. I gotta cover this somehow, right? I think. What do you guys think? No? Yeah, we'll cover it. But do we need these many screws? No, I don't. But we're gonna use that many because we have them. And then I gotta still make racks for the darts. And this will put a lip on it, so that'll hold your stuff in there. And there's, you saw earlier, an outlet inside there, so you can have like a tablet or a cell phone or whatever, so you can charge stuff inside this. So this should work out great. So let's get these screws drilled in here and go from there. And now that I said this, I'm not putting that screw there. That'd be a bad day. So we'll get these realigned and figure out where they go. All right, secure. So what are we gonna do for the door? Let's get the door. Ooh, how are we gonna do the hinges? That's a good question. Before that's how it's gonna look. But we gotta do the hinges first. These full hide Blum hinges. I want a 1/4 inch from here, 1/8 to 1/4. Does that make a difference? I don't know. Nope, battery died, but I'm back. Here's where we're at. See, that's kind of what we're looking at right now. This, like I say, is going to turn on that upper switch over there, or outlet over there. And like I say, it's rustic. It's supposed to look like it, and I don't know. I think it looks kind of neat. However, hinges. The grand opening. So, it's actually not too heavy. It's kind of what we're looking at. And that should work, I think. So I got to get a clasp for this side, which I've got over here. Let's throw these on quick. Get some, these guys. It's got a cam lock on it. It should work. Next, we're gonna put a light on it. I don't know exactly where yet. That to be determined. But this is that light that we're going to power through the door. So we'll drill a hole. Wherever we mount the light, we'll drill a hole. I think we'll drill a hole. But thankfully, this doesn't take a lot of abuse. No one hangs on it. At least I haven't that I've seen. There we go. It's pretty good. And then, the light, which is actually this guy, just clips in. I don't know if you can see this or not. So that light just clips in the top, and then, which is pretty good. And this is a power cable that comes off it. We'll put a hole right behind this, and then run that wire over to the door. Just kind of making this up as we go along. There's no right and wrong way for any of this. All right, so we got the hole that'll run the power to this, there, to this outlet, which is switched off of that switch. So, need to pull the dartboard off of that, and then I think we're ready to take this in and mount it. And then all we have left to do after we get this mounted and plugged in, we got the display we're gonna put over top of it. And, the dart holders. We're gonna make dart holders. So we're probably gonna take a piece of whatever this wood is. In fact, we should do that now. I should go get a dart. I'll get a dart so we know how big a hole to make. I'm just going to go for it. So we got the temporary shelf in. It's just going to have our darts on it. Again, I could clean this up more, but we're just going to throw this together. And it would be nice to have a light in here. Thought about that after the fact. Might add it. That's why I made these removable, so we can always update this. That's why I didn't glue them on. That being the case, I think we're ready to take this inside and mount it on the wall. Where's that gonna go? All right, we're getting there. So next we gotta mount the dartboard. I bought this, which I don't know, it's 10 bucks maybe, but it makes it a lot easier because now all I have to do is find the 5'8", that's the height of the board, and then you use this fancy little thing, this guy, that hole, directly with what I measured over there, and I just slide the board in. So this kit comes with directions, mounting stuff, and that thing, and screws, and measuring tape. So let's throw it on there and get this done so we can use this thing. And I suppose if you're concerned about your dartboard rotating after the fact, you just put a screw straight through it. But I just use it's just way easier to line up. This is the dartboard. It's the back of it. It's a Bristle board. Goes like this. There's a hole, which tells you where it's at, which makes this really convenient. So that's there. Let's see how this goes. That's cool. I like it. And yeah, like I said, you can always put a screw through there. Also, it does come with this tape, and the way this tape works is it's either 9 foot 7 3/4, no, 7 foot 9 1/4 from on plane that way, or from the bullseye, a diagonal should be, according to my directions, 9 foot 7 3/8. And to find that, we're gonna do this. We need a dart. We're gonna stick 1 inch to the bullseye, right in the center. 9 foot 7 3/8 is, I don't see any feet on this thing. 10 feet, there, okay. 9 feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we got it all put together, mounted on the wall and set up, and let's do a basic walkthrough of what's going on with the Ultimate Dart cabinet. You saw me, we used a bunch of distressed fence pickets. We cut those, used for the backer board to help hide the dart marks if you happen to miss, not that you would. We upgraded the dartboard from a Cork board to a Bristle board. It has a smaller wire and it's inlaid, so it actually comes with points instead of round. Less deflection, and darts stick the board a lot better. Also, we added the lights, you saw me, with the lights to light the board, the face. It's got a laser line which shines down the floor where the throw line is. And we added some outlets into the cabinet, or in the cabinet. So in the cabinet we got one here, which is basically used as a charging station when this is not in use. It sits in here and just plugs in so it keeps charged. Or you can just run the cord out like we have it. We got shelves, storage for dart cases and extra parts, and for your extra darts. And we built a removable dart flight. So you can set this on the table when you're playing, and you don't have to open it back up. It makes it kind of slick. Switched outlet, switched outlet, constant outlet. This one powers the TV above. This one powers the light. So you can turn that off with the switch you saw me install, which is mounted up underneath. As far as scoring goes, it's just a regular old tablet. I've downloaded an app called Darts Mob, and that app actually casts to any casting or castable device. Could be any size. This one just has to be a TV. And basically all you do is, you set up your game and you score it just like you would. It shows up above. I think it's got 4 games on it right now. some 301s and some crickets. And that, I think, wraps it up in the ultimate dartboard cabinet setup. Appreciate you guys following along. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next project. We'll find something else to work on now.